So yeah, basically the audio totally fucked up, so I have to commentate this live while it happens. So first I played a game. I was white against some 1300 rated guy from Algeria, very sus. And after this game I changed my settings so that I don't play low rated opponents anymore, because yeah, it's just sometimes it just doesn't work out. Anyway, if we play the old Benoni, now I'm not really comfortable with the old Benoni, as you can tell. So I'm just trying to take as much space in the center as I possibly can here. He comes out with a knight, I defend with the knight, standard stuff. And yeah, so pretty soon in the game you're gonna see we're just, developing our pieces, but my opponent is gonna close up the board actually. And yeah, just I didn't seem to find any way forward in this closed position. So there he closes it off and I castle. Yeah, from that point on, it's basically a real chess game where it's a bit of shuffling back and forth. I get my rooks to the center, principled as I am, hoping for a miracle that if I get my rooks to the center of the board, anything could work out. So here, I was thinking for a long time, and I think I maybe should have moved my knight in this position, but I decided to pull back with my bishop, and I think that was a mistake. Yeah, should have just moved my knight. But he wasn't really doing anything on that square anyways. So yeah, I decide to attack the bishop, see if I can, get it to take my knight. He doesn't. Still, I should have moved my knight. I was looking at some sort of tactic where I would move the knight and then my bishop would see the opponent's bishop, the white bishop. But I didn't really have a follow-up move for my knight, so in the end I ditched the plan, and yeah. As you can see, I'm thinking. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. So yeah, where to go? Clicking on the pieces, and I'm lost. I'm dead, lost. So I play this move. It's a terrible move. I mean, it accomplishes absolutely nothing. But I just play a move to play a move, I suppose. Then he goes back and attacks my pawn, so here you go. I have to move my bishop back as well, instead of making progress. So I do. And yeah, shit is about to go crazy. Not. He attacks my bishop, so what I do, I pull it back. Maybe at this point I should have just traded. You can hear my nice Somali neighbors outside walking by. So here I just decide to lash out, try to open up the board, maybe try to get it more into an open kind of game in which I can sort of see a plan of attack. Maybe, who knows? Hey, it's a crazy world, yo. There might just be a plan of attack here, but actually, all it does is walk me into more trouble. He lashes out with the pawn, yeah. I was thinking maybe about sacrificing my knight and then opening up the king, but my queen was all the way on the other side of the board, so it didn't really seem like I had a quick follow-up with that sacrifice. So I just decided to pull back my bishop. I'm looking at the knight move here. Do I do it? Do I not? Exciting stuff. Not really. It's a close position. So as I said again, my opponent is rated 1339. So he's almost, at this point he's 100 points lower than me. But during the game, it didn't feel like that at all. It felt like he was very much comfortable with the close position, very much in control. That made me a little suspicious about what this guy's actual level is. And later on, I went to look it up, and he's been having some rating swings here and there, sometimes reaching up to 1600, and other moments going back to 1200. So he's a bit of a yo-yo. But in this game, he felt very on top of things. So yeah, that was too bad for me. So yeah, because I came to this game really, just having went on like a losing streak. Not only that, but like losing games in an embarrassing fashion. Here I have to save my bishop. I could have also protected it with the rook, but then and here I blunder a pawn. So he's contemplating which piece he's going to use to take my pawn. He's got 3 pieces looking at my e-pawn, and I've only got 2 defenders. So I'm thinking if I move the pawn, I add a defender, but maybe first I gotta take it. But he's very clever in that way. He just takes my knights, and he's a pawn up, and doubles my pawn and fucks up my structure. So yeah, all in all, just things were at this point were already looking like absolutely horrendous. I can't say anything differently than that. So I decided, okay, well, now it's time to to actually get in there, attack. Maybe I should have moved my h-pawn up, now that I see the position as it is. Yeah. So here, I mean, this is very easy to defend, of course, for him. Just moving up his king. Here I'm thinking, okay, how do I open up the king? I don't really see a way, so... and the position is just very, very closed, and everything feels like a mistake, I suppose. You see me clicking on all the pieces and thinking, yeah, what am I gonna do? And then I move my bishop back. I mean, and here he apparently spotted a tactic, which I thought was was. If I would have moved my pawn up, that would have sort of saved the game, I guess, in some sense. Which is going to become clear later. So here he goes, the knight goes up. Now do you actually spot it? Because now he traps my queen with his knights. Yeah. And at this point I was like, what the hell? How did he see that from a mile away? How? So, such calmness during the game. I mean, when I play a game of chess, especially, when it's all such a maze, when everything is so closed, I mean, without a queen, it was always going to be a nightmare. So again, I lost the game, and I lost a lot of points because this guy was rated 100 points lower than me. So I was becoming pretty frustrated at this point. Because yeah, holy shit! I mean, am I ever gonna win a game or what? Like fuck, like all the progress I made in the last couple of months in my ELO is being flushed down the toilet. So like, oh my god, I have to start all over again. So yeah, I decided to the first thing that I do is change my freaking settings, because holy shit, this can't go on playing people like this. And yeah, let's see if my change in settings changes the kind of opponent I get. So I finally get someone that's rated higher than me. He's 1484. And we play a standard Caro-Kann. And now my opponent plays very fast. So I'm just playing, I mean, I'm also playing fast, but I'm just playing like the main line of theory opening stuff. So, but he makes like snap decisions like for example, trading the bishop for the knight. I mean, that's something that you should think about before you do. And he just blitzes out the moves, which can, like also this going forward with your G pawn like that. Well, what's the idea? How can you, if there's a solid idea? I mean, I'd love to hear it, but it just seems a bit. Okay, here he actually thinks about the decision that he has to make, and he decides to take my pawn, so I have to take back. Castles. That's a pretty standard move, of course. So yeah, last piece to develop, my bishop. He develops a knight. Okay, so we're both now fully developed. He didn't develop his bishop yet, so he goes on a sort of like a knight kind of attack. Attacks my queen again. That's great, you know, developing the bishop with a tempo. I mean, I can only applaud how my opponent played that one. Now he's looking to trade here, and I see that if he trades, I end up winning a pawn. Because the knight has to take, and then the b pawn is it's undefended, or at least the knight stops blocking it. So I feel like, okay, being a pawn up, it's not the worst. He tries to get my queen. I attack the knight, and now the knight decides to trap his own knight by going to d7, which I can promptly attack. So yeah, he decides to at least open up my king with the knight sacrifice. But I mean, at this point, I'm a knight. I'm a piece up, and now things should be working out if I stay on top of my game, and I can finally get a victory. So I see that he blunders another pawn. So I'm like, okay, well, thanks a lot. And here he decides to just give up. I don't know if that was, I mean, the eval was clear that I'm the winner, or that my position is winning at least. I mean, we fumbled that many times. Anyways, after all, I won the game, and I was pretty happy. Maybe it was the settings that I had that made me meet some weird opponents, because I really felt that some of the opponents that I met in the recent games were quite weird. Hopefully with these new settings, it's all going back up again. Meet normal opponents. That 1600 is very doable.